And we're on. We're live. We're here. Time for another gosh darn diggity episode of Avatar Legends episode 3 out of 4, because there was an episode 0. We're back. And it's time. What was that track I played before? That was awesome.
I believe it was. I can't remember what it was, but it sounded really cool. I don't know what it was, Corb. You'll find it. Don't worry. Take your time. No rush.
Well,
okay?
We're good. We're gonna put on this one. Welcome back, folks. It's time to delve into the spirit world. And should we do a recap of what? I guess we left kind of in the middle of stuff last time. Hey, Don. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Us almost getting arrested.
What's up, Don?
Yes. Well, we'll get to you later. What we left off with was Yuka finally confronted her father about the mines that were causing the spirits to be angry, and they fought the Water Tribe chief and defeated him. He capitulated and decided to hear their pleas. And then we switched over to Baraka with his idol, Avatar Roku, as they meditate at the North Spirit pole? The North Spirit...
The North Pole Spirit Pole
No,
temple
it's
thing.
not... I don't think it's at the pole, but it's the North Spirit thing. Oh, thanks for the follow, Geronimo. Portal. No, but it's not a portal, it's just the pond. It's the spirit
Pond.
Pool, thank you. That's the word we were looking for.
Spirit pond.
Pool.
Spirit water.
They are going now to the spirit realm. Oh, well, thanks for the follow, Yellow Herb. Damn. Looks like we're reeling people in today with this action-packed adventure. And that's where we left off. Roku, Ahani, and Baraka just sat down to meditate, while the others were busy with Yuka's father. And now, it's time to enter the spirit world. So, Baraka, Lee, you ready?
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah. Shh. That's not the spirit noise. This is a spirit noise. Okay. Here we go. Roku, with your legs crossed in the lotus position, Baraka. Roku sitting at the pond before you, with Ahani there as well, who slowly meditates. Roku says, breathe in and out. Baraka. I appreciate the commitment to the mic. Roku, he says, you must get in touch with the spirits below. Do you see the two koi, the spirits swimming in the water?
I do. Like
your spirit, they circle eternally around each other. The balance lies in between. That's what you must find if you want to enter the spirit realm. And you are in balance, let's not forget. So you close your eyes, breathe in and out, and you can feel the spirits glowing in the water, though you don't see them. They're still there in the presence of your mind. And soon, after a few minutes, you find yourself floating. Above your body, you can look down and see yourself and Roku and Ahani. You're all sitting in lotus positions around the spirit pool. The spirit of Roku and Ahani beside you both turn and look at you, and Roku says, well, congratulations. We've done it.
Thank you.
Welcome to the spirit realm. now, we must go visit Stone Dreamer. Come. I assume you follow.
Yes.
Okay. You follow, and Roku, he kind of just starts flying off, and I mean, you're like floating there, but you're not really sure how to propel yourself, as it were, until you kind of will yourself to move. Arms splayed on either side, you kind of fly, but it's more like float. Ahani beside you, he loops around you, as an airbender does, and he says, "See, it's pretty easy. Pretty impressive for an earthbender to do this on his first try."
Thanks. Any tips?
You gotta be one with the world. You gotta free your spirit," he says. Woo! And he flies around you again. Do you have sage? The sages train you or something?
They trained me a bit. I'm going to do the Superman pose.
Okay, yeah, you put your fists up in front of you.
And think of all my happy thoughts. And try and fly.
You think you're happy? And soon enough, you're able to follow Roku off, and you start moving very, very fast. The world around you disappears from the normal world, and soon enough, you find yourself in the spirit realm. Boom.
Sorry.
Well, here we are, says Roku. The spirit realm. Now it's time for the hard part. Well, the harder part, which is finding Stone Dreamer. He took your, you know the man he took, right?
He was an earthbender captain.
Took him into
I
the
know
spirit
of
world
him.
with him?
Most likely.
I see, he says. Well, Honey says, where, shouldn't we look for a canyon or something? And Roku says, perhaps. Seems like the place Stone Dreamer would like to be. You need to lead the way. You're the only one. Well, I guess Ahani has too, but he seems a little too free. Ahani's still flying around. Roku turns to you and says, you saw the man he took, and you've seen Stone Dreamer. You'll need to guide us to him.
Believe I can fly. Sorry.
Okay. I'm going to meditate on earth and rock and see if I can't think of a good place that might be somewhere it would go.
Okay. Earth and rock, that's a good idea. Roku watches as you meditate here in the spirit realm, and he says, no, you don't need to, wait, like, how do you get in, like, the lotus position and everything?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to put my hands on the ground and focus on the dirt.
Nice. You focus on the dirt, and you feel a pull. I was gonna say to the west, but more in a direction. There is no west or east, per se, here. Lead the way,
This way.
says Roku.
I start walking.
Start walking. Soon enough, you find yourself in a swamp. Where sits a Where did I just had him? There he is. A monkey.
Monkey!
It's
Get over here, monkey!
Great spirit, says Roku. Tell me, do you know where this stone dreamer resides? And the monkey says, no, go away. Alright. We need your assistance, says Roku. Must find the stone dreamer. He causes great pain in the other world. Not my problem, says the monkey.
Would you like to hear a joke? I say in the most deadpan voice.
What do you mean? He says.
If I can get you to smile, you can tell us which way to go to get to Stone Dreamer.
You don't seem like the joking type, he says, but... Sure.
What is a monkey's favorite game? I say with the deadpan.
He cocks his head. What?
Hangman.
He silently judges you. You'll have to try harder than that, says Roku.
That was actually pretty good.
How do monkeys get down the stairs?
How?
They slide down the banister.
You see his mouth twitch, but he tries to remain stoic.
At least I'm laughing.
Where do monkeys get their gossip?
Where?
On the ape vine.
Oh, damn it, he says as he starts chuckling. Oh, very well. He sighs and pats down his toga, or his robe, and says, beyond this swamp lies a great canyon. A canyon of lost souls. In there resides the one you seek, Stone Dreamer. All souls he takes from the land of the living end up lost in the fog. I'd suggest not going.
Probably a good idea.
But we must, says Roku. Come along. Thank you,
Indeed.
spirit. Yeah, whatever, he shrugs.
Lee, did you just have, like, monkey jokes on file for this?
I was reading them beforehand.
Came prepared just in case he ran into a monkey.
Monkey!
A monkey, get it? Anybody?
A monkey!
I see what you did there.
Thank And so you... There it is. And so you press onwards, walking through the swamp, the water treading around you. Roku says, you're an earthbender, Baraka. You'll know the upcoming area the best. You'll be able to navigate it the best, perhaps. Tell me, do you know much about the Fog of Lost Souls? Even I barely know anything about it.
I have never heard of it.
Well, here it is.
It looks like a giant rib cage.
Indeed. Perhaps a great beast once lived here, or perhaps the fog itself is some great beast. Says. They say. Wait, no, we need something much more
I'm in
ominous.
this image.
They say the fog of lost souls is a boundless prison. The fog spirit that lives within it infects the minds of those who end up trapped, prisoning a person in their own darkest memories. I've been down there once before. I did not realize Stone Dreamer was down there as well. In order to survive down there, he says, in order to escape, you need to clear your mind. And accept your own fears. He says, ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Come. You descend down, deep, into the fog.
Ooh.
It gets all foggy and stuff. As you descend deeper and deeper into the fog, it completely surrounds you. And although Avatar Roku seems to be alert and know where he's going, you try to stick close to him, but this fog to you is impenetrable. You can't see more than a foot. Even Ahani behind you seems nervous. How do we where do we go? He says. Hush, follow me, says Avatar Roku. Seems neither of you have come to terms yet with your fears. That's fine. This Stone Dreamer, you said he lived in a wall?
Yes.
Got it. There, do you see that? He points ahead, but you just see impenetrable fog.
I see a very nice fog layer.
Right. There's a great hole in the wall ahead, where the Stone Dreamer must reside. I'll fly up and check it out. You wait here and he creates a great burst of air underneath him and suddenly disappears into the fog. Well, I don't like this, Baraka, says Ahani. I don't want to get stuck here forever. He looks around. What did Roku say? You have to overcome your own fears?
Yes. You'll be fine, honey.
Who said that? Says Ahani. Looking around.
It's not Team Honey.
Oh, my worst fears! It's Team Ahani, he says.
I love fucking with this guy. I mean, no, Sky said that. Buggering with this guy.
Yeah, buggering.
Sorry, guys.
So, Hani says, what if Roku doesn't come back? What are we supposed to do?
It's all me.
Well, for now, I think we should meditate.
Look, I know I'm the guy who says we should meditate all the time, he says, but see, maybe that isn't the solution here.
You could assess the situation.
I'm not a PC, he says.
I'm going to intimidate Ahani.
Gonna intimidate him?
Look, Ahani. I put both my hands on his shoulders and say, you can either tough it up or I can throw you into the fog.
We're already in the fog, he says.
But then you'll be alone.
He pauses as you, well, I mean, that's his biggest fear. Is being alone.
Oh, poor him.
But I can't, but I don't want to be alone, he says.
Now I'm going to pull him into a hug.
Okay, I guess you're guiding and comforting.
Intimidation that turns into a guide and
Yeah.
comfort.
Well,
Hi!
That's why we use the trigger system. So, guide and comfort, I believe that's harmony. You want to roll harmony?
Oof.
Oof.
You're only as lonely as you think you are.
I do, but I think I'm pretty lonely, he says.
He
jumps back and suddenly he jumps back too far and you're both lost in the fog. Or rather, you can't find him and he can't find you. Effectively, you can't find each other.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Baraka?
Over here.
Baraka? What do you do?
I'm gonna sit down and meditate like I was supposed to do, like I tried to tell him earlier. I'm gonna think about all the good and bad I've had in my life.
Okay. You'll have to go into more detail.
Let's see. I'm gonna think about being raised in the, let's see, what was it called? The
Slums.
Earth Sages.
Oh.
And then losing all of them. And being forced to live in the slums. And then in a bad apartment.
So you've already lost a lot. What's your biggest fear?
At the moment, it would be losing my good friend, Bashara.
Aww.
I see.
My heart melts.
You think about what losing Bashara would be like. Completely alone, just like Ahani. Nobody you know left in this world. Or the spirit world. Something you need to come to peace with.
And then I feel even sadder realizing he didn't show me his burned hands.
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
Shit.
Okay. You need to clear your mind and come to terms with your fears.
I'm gonna take out Shu's flute. I'm gonna start playing.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm gonna pour
First, you need to calm yourself.
all my passion into it.
Okay, sure. Roll passion. A mixed success. You begin clearing your mind. You don't panic. It's a good first step. But now it's time for the next step. You need to accept your fears, like Roku said.
I'm gonna try and break down the walls can't hold me anymore. But I'm going to do it mentally.
What?
And I'm going to start smashing my mental barriers.
Well, yeah, but I mean, how you need to accept your fear. You need to as in you need to be okay with it happening.
How to do this?
You want to do this?
From out of the fog, you hear a voice. Baraka. There you are, says Bashara.
Excuse me?
Says Bashara. Please. Don't ever leave me, he says.
It's hilarious when Corb tries to imitate our voices.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting, says Bashara Hank.
I get to kill you.
Are you
My God, it's
what are
worst
you
British
doing?
accent I've had.
What are you doing here, says Bashara.
I need to find a way to get some peace.
Peace.
Well,
Interesting.
I think we should give it all up, says Bashara. Come on. Let's go home. And he turns and starts walking away. You follow?
Slowly, methodically walking away.
Well, even though
You
he's
want
like
me to
should
give up?
disappear into the fog, you still see him walking.
You want me to give up everything I've done so far?
You don't
For
want
the
to
greater
lose
good.
me, do you? He says.
Yeah, but I'm finally getting to live my dream. Got to meet the Avatar.
I met the Avatar way before you did, kid.
Yeah.
You see tears on my blank face.
But you keep your face blank?
Yeah.
Well, okay. You're gonna resist an NPC shifting your balance.
Technically, I'm not an NPC, but that'd be funny.
Well, this is a spirit NPC.
Oh, I
Right.
see now.
So
I
you
like
can,
it.
well, yes, it's not, obviously you're not actually there.
I know. I'm just saying. I wanted to say that thing.
roll a 2d6, just a basic 2d6. Baraka. An 8. A mixed success. You, hold on. You can choose one. Clear a condition or mark growth by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift your balance towards the opposite principle, or learn what their principle is. Okay, well, I guess if you have any conditions, I don't think you do. Or you can mark growth.
Or
Does that make you level up?
About me.
Oh, no, not yet. You can mark
Not
growth.
yet.
Okay, this is great. So, Baraka,
I'm gonna grow.
you stand still as Bashara disappears into the fog. And though a tear streams down your face, you remain in solitude. You breathe in and out slowly. And just like that, the fog is cleared around you. You also see Ahani hopelessly distraught, wandering around.
I'm gonna go hug him.
Baraka, how did you find me? Where did you come from? He says.
I conquered my fear, I think. But I came to help you because it's the right thing to do.
Thanks, he says. You can mark growth, Baraka, if you haven't. Because you're.
I did.
That was character growth.
Take my hand.
Look over there, says Ahani. And you see Roku's returning. Beside him, holding his hand, is the captain. And Ahani, in awe, takes your hand. There we go. There's a man. There's generic Earth Nation man. You rescued him.
Nice.
Roku says, seems you cleared the fog. Well done. I was able to convince Stone Dreamer to give the captain back. But he's going to continue to be upset as long as the mining continues.
I don't know if we'll be able to stop that without dealing with the Earth Nation.
The Earth? Yes, indeed, says Roku. He crosses his arms. You're the one most in touch with the Earth spirits, it seems. You, in fact, he says, stepping forward, Baraka, you are the last heir of the Earth sages.
Salty.
Is Salty here?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't want to
she
interrupt.
brought-
I don't want to interrupt.
That's
but
fine.
I've arrived.
Nice. Roku. So Roku says, what do you suggest?
We may have to dismantle their operation.
That's not something an avatar could do, says Roku. But he looks around. He looks at the guy next to him, the captain in charge of the mining operation. The guy shrugs and says, I quit. I'm done with that place. Don't worry about me. And then he looks back to you, Baraka, and says, since we're in the spirit world, this conversation is just between us. I won't stop you, he says. It's no longer Avatar business. No, it's... Perhaps your friends might have come to a better resolution with Skiri.
I can only hope.
He takes Ahani's hand and says, we'll need to walk out of the fog first, so that our friends here can escape. Come.
I'll be right back. I have to know, by the way.
I was just about to go back to...
Sorry.
But I think Blackthorn's out too. So,
Yeah.
as you walk,
Rico and
Ahani
Yuka will
says-
carry it.
Yeah, you better, or otherwise you'll have me to deal with.
Oh.
As you walk, Ahani says,
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Baraka, are you gonna be an Earth Sage?
I want to.
Right. He nods. King Jilin would never allow it, says Roku. Maybe we can change that.
Master Roku,
Yes.
you be willing to teach me how to protect someone?
Didn't you already learn how to do that? Or you want to learn something else?
Bashara learned it.
Bashara learned it. I'm still trying.
Oh, right. Sure. Actually, wait a minute. Baraka, you can mark it as learned, because you just protected Ahani. So you can add protection to your thing now, if you'd like, or as a
Cool.
technique that you have. I can teach you something else, says Roku.
What would you recommend?
Master Penang taught you something basic, but let's say we teach you some earthbending, Come, we got a long way to walk. I'll show you as we go. says. Just looking through the list here. 1 minute. I'm looking at the Wanchi Tong one, because some cool ones in here.
Now I just have to remember how to edit this sheet.
Do you want, rapid tunneling would be good, but that's not, I think... What would fit you? Subtle misdirection? No. As the hammer?
I'm all about big hits.
Big hits. Big... Okay, let's look at the regular technique list here.
Probably earth armor.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called.
Well, if it's a rare one, oh, okay, it's not. You want? Ah, ho ho! He stomps on the ground and suddenly rocks completely cover Roku. A classic. You want to protect your friends, this is the way to go. Earth armor? I can teach you, he says. You can find earth armor in the book there. First, though, I'll need to teach it to you. Ahani, go take the other... Go take this man back to his body, would you? You got it, Ahani nods. I couldn't think of a better place to train, says Roku. Won't have any interruptions here. So
I get into a fighting stance.
Roku says, we don't have to fight. No, that's not. Let's do this. You just have to put on some earth clothes. Now plant your feet firmly in the ground. One hand at one side, one in the other, and stomp, he says. Let the rocks, let the earth follow up your body. Make yourself a conduit for the earth.
I get into position, bring up my foot, and stomp.
You stomp once. Hold on, I'm just... how to learn techniques again. I just want to make sure I'm doing the checklist right. There we go. Here it is. So, is your balance in line with your center, or are you free of conditions? Yes, so you get a +1. Do you and your teacher share at least one background? No. Does your teacher agree with your reasons for training and learning? Yes. Is the technique easy to grasp based on your current training experience and skills? I would say yes. So, you can roll 2d6 +1.
$2d6
+1.
+1.
An 8. Nice.
Pretty consistent.
So either this takes more time than normal, or you must mark 2 conditions. And thankfully, you're in the one place where time is meaningless, which is the spirit realm. So you can just take more time if you want.
I'll take more time.
Okay, it feels like you're training for days and days. Even though in the real world, only a few minutes pass. As Roku teaches you. Faster, come on. You have to do this in battle, remember? It needs to come completely up your body. And finally, after many, many, many tries, your spirit feels exhausted, but you cover yourself in the rock of the canyon floor around you. And you can add earth armor as a learned technique. As well, actually, well, you see Stone Dreamer. You notice suddenly Stone Dreamer is watching you from the cavern wall. red eyes blinking, but otherwise unmoving. Oh, looks like you've got another fan, says and then he burps very loudly.
Sorry.
That built up an appetite, says Roku. Come on. Let's go.
Perfect timing.
Close your eyes, he says. Breathe in and out. And try and find your body again.
I remember the last place I was at and focus on that place first.
Yep. And soon enough, find yourself back in your body. Oh my god, George.
I'm sorry. I was hungry, alright?
The spirit world just makes you very gaseous.
Yeah, it makes you very gassy.
You see Ahani's already standing there. He yawning. Oh, what took you guys so long, says Ahani.
Ahani and the earthworm.
Ahani and the earthworm? Oh. Yeah, so Dreamer's like, bye!
It's like, bye, have a great time.
Well, I wouldn't call our mission wasn't completely successful, says Roku. But at least we accomplished something. You'll be, I couldn't think of a more worthy successor of the Earth Sages, Baraka, says Roku. In fact, I name you Baraka Poe, new Earth Sage. Under my authority as the Avatar. Just he leans in. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Don't tell everyone.
Jialun will. The Dai Li will come for you. He says. Steps back.
Yes, keep that on the down low.
Then he crosses his arms again and says, though I wonder still, I don't think the Earth Sages are dead. I think they are somewhere. Jialun doesn't dispose of useful tools like that.
Maybe they were training the Dai Li. Maybe they're training everybody to be the Fard clan.
Ahani says, well, come on, guys. Shouldn't we go back to the chieftain's hour?
I have a bad feeling about this.
And we'll, no time to lose, he says. I gotta see what they did. Team Ahani's working hard.
It's Team Teacup, you annoying son of a fudge.
Yes,
Too bad
Team
you're not there to
Ahani.
tell him.
Team Ahani, let's go.
No,
Oh my
I
god,
say
we
give
lost
him
the
a smirk.
Baraka Poe, turn to the dark side.
to the dark side of the force.
Honestly, it's starting to grow on me too.
No, that's gonna grow on me. You'll be Team Teacup forever.
So, we'll cut back now to where all the others are.
Yeah,
With
almost
Skiri
dying.
was just defeated in as they brought him to his knees. That was a pretty tough fight. You're Bashara, you're fatigued.
I am fatigued beyond belief.
Yuka, oh, it's not on here, but I think you're fully fatigued, aren't you? Or did you lose some?
I think I don't know. See, I was trying to find my because I have so many sources where I track these things. I need to decide which one it is.
On here, you have 5 fatigue.
Yeah, that one I couldn't edit though.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think I was.
But I think
track
you
of
were
that.
at 2 because you lost a few when you were fighting. Yeah. So I think you're at 3, but you're insecure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds right. That's how I have it on my character sheet on the.
Give me a second, that's reloading. There we go.
So I didn't miss anything that happened to me.
No,
Okay, good.
you died. I'm joking.
So,
Yeah.
Skiri is still. I mean,
I'm looking
He
him
says-
right down. I'm just like, "Meh."
He takes a seat at his desk and puts his head in his hands and says, "You made your point. Our time. Perhaps there is another way," he says. "What
Can
do
I-
you suggest?" I'm
sorry,
sorry
Luca,
that
for asking this question to your father, but why were you asking for metals?
didn't we. I mean, I think we already.
I know.
Okay, says Scary. Just to make things
I just
clear. The Fire Nation and the Earth Nation build up great navies and armies. And during the earthquake a decade ago, there was musters of war, but would have been completely unprepared. It's no secret that the Fire Nation Navy, though the Fire Lord says it's for peace, is being made fully capable of defense.
Very capable.
Surely there's some chance of diplomacy and reaching out and learning
I can
from others.
guarantee you this. It's the Fire Lord will not listen to anyone.
Aren't you trying to help?
No,
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
I
I'm just
agree on-
saying theoretically because my dad works with him.
We wouldn't know until we've tried.
Well, you can certainly try. I can guarantee you it's not going to work, but sure. You can certainly
I don't-
try. What could
I don't
possibly
think-
go wrong.
Even if we succeed at protecting ourselves, if we do it by destroying the harmony that we have with the spirits, it's worthless. There needs to be another way. I don't necessarily know what that is, but this isn't it.
Sorry.
We need
Just the whole
metals,
situation.
Yuka, says
You
Skiri.
don't.
What other way will we build a fleet that could rival
Use
the Fire
ice.
Nations? Ice.
Water
I-
bending.
Skiri cocks his head and he says, "Ice
Sorry.
melts."
That's
I
terrible.
don't know if you knew that, hot man.
I'm not. Do
Ice
me
melt.
one favor. Do me one favor, Skiri. Don't call me Hot Man ever again. My name is Bashara, please.
Please, then, do not speak of things
Rico is the Hot
which
Man.
you have no knowledge.
Was that a hot man or hard man?
No, Hotman.
He turns back to Yuka and says, "Yuka, you still must lead the Water Nation someday with your brother."
Oh, can I skip that last part? Is it
Can she
possible?
lead-
Your
by
brother will
herself.
be chief someday. That's how our
Ah,
patriarchy works.
All right. Yeah.
Can't we flip over the head and it'll be a matriarchy instead? Nah,
We're not
What
at
if
that.
what if we
that's
It'll
nah.
be like another
Oh.
100 years for like a waterbender girl to show up and smash the patriarchy wearing a betrothal
Oh,
necklace or
right.
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
but
not
I might-
important right now.
I might be another 200 or 300 years off, but how about we do elected official?
yeah,
Yeah,
why don't we
perhaps we
we-
elect an official to actually run this government?
Oh, okay, look, I'm on your page, but maybe like he'll be more receptive if I suggest that, you know.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What
You
if we do like a voting system?
Scary
For-
says, "I don't understand what this has to do with the
Uh,
metals."
Well, I don't know.
There's
feel
a
like-
lot- Sorry. I'm just-
Is this the only place that we can get medals?
Well, perhaps I can talk to somebody that I know of.
Who?
Do you know of
I
But-
know of somebody that works in the metal business. I haven't spoken
Rico?
to them all.
Rico's the medal inspector. I don't know if
Not
that's what he
Rico,
means.
somebody else. But I mean, other than Rico, because he's
Where?
not.
Omashu?
Yeah, where?
n- Yeah.
And who?
Um.
Is this
My
just
mother.
a person you're making up? Oh, your mom. Oh, your mom. Your mom.
My mum is the official metal
Inspector?
person. She's a metal bender.
Oh.
That hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we can do that
She's
yet.
the first.
No, that was just in
no,
100
no.
years.
Let me have my fun.
Stick with that, man.
You could just
I
say,
know.
like, you mean a smith, says Scary? Like, a job that actually
Yes.
exists?
Yes.
Like, you could still
She's a
bend...
metal smith.
Like, she literally bends metal. That's what you mean.
No, in a sense, yes, but she's very good at distributing metal to certain parts of the world, basically. So
She owns
I
a
can
mine.
talk to her. She owns a metal shop that basically is the biggest metal shop in all of Omashu.
So you suggest we go through Omashu? I'm not sure if
Yeah.
the Earth Kingdom will allow that, says Scary.
I can pull some strings.
Fine,
I can certainly
he
try.
says.
Then that's the
Yuka,
thing I can do for you. Sorry,
You
sir.
will be the official liaison for the Water Nation to the Earth Kingdom. You will find a separate a source, either from the Kingdom of Omashu or the Earth King himself. So
This isn't going to be one of these cases where I go there and then my brother shows up again and he's like, "Oh yeah,
no,
that's
he's not
it."
coming. I'm going to make it very perfectly clear to you, sir. I'm not trying to be rude to your son, but I definitely do not think that whatever his name was, I forget his name's. Help.
Hunter.
Hunter should not come with Euchre at all, and I'm purposely saying that right here, right now, because Omashu is not for a showboaty, wishy-washy, flashy hairdo kind of waterbender. It's for the people that actually know.
Scary
I think
says,
too,
thank
I
you
know.
for your input. I wasn't going
No.
to send him.
Good.
Your brother's being recalled, Yuka. We're temporarily shutting down and voiding the contract in the Earth Nation.
Oh. What? Oh, well, that's good. That's what I wanted.
I'm going to have some words with your brother. Seems he has not been communicating with me properly.
All right. Can you also tell him to get a haircut?
Please, just if you want me to give him a haircut, I can give him a very, very good, decent haircut of my style. That's fine.
Scary says,
That's not lovely.
Scary says, your brother wears the traditional hairstyle befitting one of his royal lineage. Perhaps you should do the same sometime, Yuka.
Well, I mean,
It's
I
actually
guess
quite good,
I don't
actually.
understand why hair is like a thing that we need to wear a certain way. Like, surely that's not like a tradition we
Her
need to
hair's
always.
perfect.
Yeah.
Roku.
Oh, Avatar Roku.
Avatar Roku, says Scary.
Jesus Christ, you scared the
Ah,
crap
well.
out of me, Jericho.
It seems like we've come to a good resolution, says Roku.
Yes, hi, Oroku. How you doing?
I rescued your man in the spirit world. If Stone Dreamer has been pacified for now, and it seems he won't be awoken again. In which case my work here is done, says, and he eyes
pleasure.
Baraka. Your friend here is powerful. A very strong bender indeed. Ahani, says Roku.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah, says Ahani. Good luck.
Could you please take him with you, please?
No
Team
can do,
Ahani.
he says. I'm on Team Avatar. We'll have to
Wow.
Can I come and pet your dragon before you go, please?
Sure, says Roku. Come on.
Thanks. And I'm gonna
Chiefs.
go outside.
Okay, Roku says, Chief Skiri, thank you for ceasing your operations near the Eastern Air Temple. You have done well to bring balance. I will make sure that these liaisons of yours are able to find good reception in Omashu. Skiri says, Skiri nods, and he looks at Yuka and says, my daughter. Okay, that wasn't supposed to play that, but that's
I
a little too hard.
was expecting a very dramatic speech.
Says, my daughter,
Mhm.
your ideas to think outside the box helped you this time, but don't forget the traditions we've come from. And do not listen to the chief in the south. Do you understand?
You know, I do, but also you explicitly telling me not to do a thing. You know, it's just like, oh, okay, so there's some reason, you know. And I think specifically keeping information away from me seems like a thing that I don't know why I wouldn't want to know things as, you know, a leader, possible feud leader. I think knowing things is a good thing, but I don't know. I guess I am listening, but also part of me is like, oh, I immediately want to go.
He frowns and says, you would send us towards a civil war. You understand?
No, I wouldn't want that. No, yeah, okay. Right.
Panet is cool-headed. He's a
Well, that's what you said. Tell me to shut up.
He wants us to integrate with the Earth Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
We would lose our identity and traditions.
Right.
Do not. You may end up going south, but remember where you came from. Remember which tribe you serve.
Okay.
And
I'm awkwardly looking at Yuka.
Yeah, he looks at Nakoma and says, I understand you may come from another side of the world, but please do not mislead my daughter. If you do, I may send her brother to recover her.
I may be originally from here. I may have traveled down south. But I would do anything to make sure Yuka's happy. She is family.
Good.
She's one of the only ones who has made me happy out of all of you guys.
Skiri says, Nakoma, we are your family. Remember that. Avatar, thank you for blessing us with your presence. Goodbye.
Later, Waterboy. And Rico's gonna run out.
As I'm outside, just waiting for the Avatar to get on his dragon.
You're just Avatar Roku steps out to see you petting his dragon, and he says, "Well,
sorry,
I
have a habit of mine.
I'm always busy," says Roku. "My wife wants me to put a shelf up in the shack. But would you like me to drop you off on my way home somewhere?"
No, I'm just shocked that
you want to stay here in the North Pole.
Wait, yeah, I think we're going. No, we're not going to stay here. I think in Southern Water Tribe, right?
I'll be Earth Kingdom.
I think we have to go to Omashu.
Yeah. Oh, right. I guess we'll go to Omashu. But I immediately, now that my dad was like, oh, don't go to the Southern Water Tribe, I'm like, okay, so I definitely have to go there immediately.
We don't have to if you don't want to, Yuka.
No, I 100%. I'm like on my rebellious phase. I'm...
Oh, boy.
Team Teacup for the last time, honey.
Team Ahani blasting off again.
No, Team Teacup.
Team Teacup.
Roku and be
nope. We're starting a new thing where we vote for things and the majority wins, and the majority of us vote Team Teacup, right?
Yeah.
But it's Baraka. I thought it was starting to grow on you too, man.
No, it was never. Oh, that's not me.
That's still 3 of us versus 3 of... Oh, it's a civil war. Suppose we can fight it out.
No, I'm too tired, and plus, dragons help me calm down.
Oh, you would win? Yeah. You see Nakoma?
Well, says Roku, you've done well. You've made... Baraka has, and it seems you have succeeded as well, Yuka. Standing up to your father. I foresee, however, many trials in your future. I apologize that one so young have ended up wrapped up in something so big, but I suppose, well, you're up to the task, he says, smiling. Come.
Whoops.
What?
Oh,
What happened?
there's two Baricos.
Oh, no.
Ugh.
Oh, God.
He's here to cause problems.
Rico's twin
I'm
brother.
gonna get behind.
There we
I'm
go.
I'll just sit
Tiny
behind,
Rico.
Rico.
behind the Avatar. So
Just press backspace on it. It should get rid of it. Okay, yeah. there
I
we go.
got rid of him. Come, says Roku. I'll drop
Yeah.
you off in Omashu.
thanks. This is going to be very interesting. God.
So,
No for me.
And so our heroes set forth on the next step of their adventure.
I'm gonna sit behind a Roku. Be like, yeah, I can make the front seat, bitch.
What awaits them in the city of Omashu? Where will they? What's? Will it be Team Ahani or Team Teacup?
oh God.
Will they secure medals for the Northern Water Tribe? And is that the right
No.
thing to do?
Mm,
The spirits have been pacified, but they find themselves falling deeper and deeper into the political machinations and imperial ambitions of the big men of the world. Will they find the balance between these differing interests? Or will they tear it all down? We'll find out after this 10-minute break.
God, this is gonna be
We'll
be
find out
such a
all
weird
the
time.
answers.
This is gonna be such a weird moment for me. Because I haven't seen my mum in a while. This is gonna be interesting.
Does your mom know me?
No, my mum does not know you.
I
Good.
thought you were just going to say,
No.
no, your mom.
Ah, you're
She's very close to herself. Let's put that into perspective.
All right. Thanks
God.
for staying tuned, folks. We'll be back in 10 minutes, so come on back soon, and I'll be back in a little bit.
Hopefully.
10 minutes or less.
Seriously, Team Ahani is really starting to grow on me. Like,
Team-
legitimately.
Team Teacup, Team T. God,
Team
this
T.
is gonna be.
Team
This is gonna
T.
be, this is gonna be
Team T.
such a weird
Team
thing.
T.
Oh God.
All we need
This
is a
could-
young Iroh to be on our team, and we'll be perfect.
No,
Oh my god.
no,
Fortunately, it's 100 years too early.
no. Just a young Zuko being like, "I hate you all."
Oh, we already
Would you-
have that.
Yeah, hi, I'm
Zuko.
him. No, me,
Oh,
because of my
you.
burn hands.
Oh, okay.
Which I kind of took the pleasure of just saying, not his face, his hands.
Not his face, but his
Hmm.
hands.
I'm trying to go for more of a Sokka vibe with Rico, but
Oh my god. Yes. Oh no.
a Sokka if he was less lawful kind of thing.
Thank god. I say I'm going more Katara vibes, but not really. I don't know who I'm going for. I am my own person.
I am being myself, so
Yeah.
Yado
Yeah, no.
Hoodity.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't see. I'm trying to do my own
I
thing.
see
too, but,
I
like,
see myself in Bashara, kind of.
I just see a wild dude in Rico, and I love it.
I'm just
I don't-
happy to waterbend.
I'm just happy on this journey. I mean, on this journey, I can sleep with the dragon.
The Dragon Lord finally gets a dragon.
No, the Dragon Lord is actually enjoying being on a dragon. That actually makes total sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
I know, but I'm just glad I said to Roku that I'm sorry that his dragons are being hunted still, and they are technically in this era.
I think they're just starting to be hunted.
No, they are actually still being hunted.
No, I'm
Even
just saying, like,
even long before the Avatar was even a thing, the dragons were being hunted long before
Oh, really? I thought it was just
Yeah.
a thing that started when.
There's a
Sozin
whole
was in
lore
power.
behind that. I was like, oh, this is
Oh,
a
no.
thing. Oh,
Oh,
snap.
no, it was. I think they said it was intensified when Sozin gained power.
Dickhead Sozin.
Yeah.
Fire Lord Butthole. He was, like, gotta admit, greatest villain. Terrible father figure.
Oh my god, yeah.
Sozin was
Terrible
all right.
father figure to Zuko.
Ozai was the worst.
Sozin was a terrible father figure to Zuko.
You're thinking of Ozai.
Am I-
Sozin was his great grandfather.
God, I've not
And
watched
so
it.
is Roku.
Huh?
Roku is also great grandfather of Zuko.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're both the great grandfathers. It's interesting.
Ah,
I have not watched the Avatar in so long. My brain hurts.
I've been watching the series to refresh myself.
I just like that Avatar Roku is just like, hey, I'm a badass. I don't give a crap about anything. Burn. His war against Sozin was interesting though. He kicked his butt. Never mess with an Avatar.
Yeah.
And the Phoenix King, whatever his blinking name was
Fire Lord Ozai.
the biggest douche in all of Avatar history.
Voiced by Mark Hamill, whose performance actually reminded me of my legitimate stepfather the whole time,
Jesus
and I'm like,
Christ.
oh,
the stepfather is Fire Lord Ozai.
shit. Yeah, I had Fire Lord Ozai as my stepfather,
Ooh.
totally.
I wonder if I can ask my mum if she can get you guys tea. The best tea in Omashu.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's decent. No, she did like my father, which was the best thing ever. I just hope I don't run into him.
Fuck, I wish Boomy was alive so we could have a little.
Oh my god, that would be the greatest thing ever, the most craziest king ever.
Yeah.
I loved him. Oh my god.
Boomy was good.
Was he the king of Omashu?
He was.
Yeah, he was the king of Omashu, yeah.
Yeah, before that was, oh god, which was the one we're in?
No, yes, yeah, the one before, because
And
yeah.
technically, Aang is born around
Yeah,
this time.
Well, no, he's not born yet. He has to be born after Roku dies.
I thought he was born in between. I don't know.
Okay, no. But Aang is born when Roku dies.
Yeah.
That's how the whole Avatar cycle works.
That makes no sense to me.
It makes... Okay, no,
It
listen
makes
it.
perfect
No,
sense. What are
this-
you talking about,
No,
George?
I'm not
Listen.
talking. I'm talking about in actual life expectancy. That makes no sense in real terms.
Because the spirit
Yeah,
of
the spirits matter.
the spirit goes from Roku to Aang.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not transferred after birth. It's just as soon as he's born.
It's like, when
Right.
one thing dies, another one is born at the
There's
same
literally-
time.
What I did enjoy
liter-
is Avatar Korra's thing. That
There's-
was good actually.
Yeah, there's literally a scene where it shows Roku dying and then Aang being born. So
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Yeah. Baby Aang was so cute.
Was that in like the first episode or something?
No, it was a flashback episode when Roku was talking about like his story with Sozin and shit.
And how
Oh,
the Avatar cycle worked, kind of
Yeah.
thing, because he's the spirit guide.
Avatar Roku is such an amazing guy though.
Yeah. I wish there was like a lot more
Did
work.
you know the dragon that he's on is the same dragon that Zuko rode?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Because that
That's-
dragon's old as bugger.
I mean, all dragons are technically really old.
Hi, I'm one of them.
Yeah, you're like what, 33?
No, I'm nearly 30.
Nearly 30.
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk. I'm 20. I'm
I think I said I was 17, so oh god.
Wait, what?
No,
What?
joking.
What?
No, Nakoma's 17. I'm
Oh
24.
no, I'm saying I'm 20 in real life.
I know. I zoned out. I looked.
I'm nearly 30 in real life, so
No, Nakoma's 17. I'm 24.
how old is it?
Don't worry.
Oh, this is a younger version of me. I just realised how young Bashara is. He's 25.
I think you said 26.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's 26.
Kid.
I remember.
I'm the kid of the group.
Wait, how old is Nakoma?
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Oh damn, she's the baby of the group.
Yeah, Rico's 19.
Wait, am I the oldest in the group?
Yes.
Yeah,
Dad.
I think so.
Oh yeah,
You're a dad.
no, don't, no, stop it.
Dad.
No, honey, move right now,
I-
boy.
It's kind of funny. My dad is him.
Daddy?
No, Nakoma's dad is in the water tribe. In the northern water tribe. I haven't gone and seen him.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting thing.
I didn't want to add any more NPCs to corpse list.
We'll add them as we go. It's fine. Is it about time to start again? What time is it?
Yes, sorry, we've been ranting on about
that's
Avatar.
Yeah, because obviously
My brain was like foggy and everything. My brain was like, wait, the Avatar cycle has no themes? Ah?
because Nakoma's dad was set him in the one tribe and we didn't go and see him.
Ahani's sitting on the tail again.
So yeah.
Okay, let's dive back into things. Wait, before we play that,
Is Yuka and Lee back?
I
we're
think
just
the
doing
whole
I'm here.
time.
we're just
I'm here.
doing promo right now. Anyways,
Mhm.
but
Man,
I'm here, just muted.
I wonder if Nakoma's dad actually knows that his wife's dead.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if that news has traveled.
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
dun, 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 dun.
We could have crossed that bridge already.
I thought
Sorry.
Nakoma's dad would be dead too.
Get to
Okay.
that bridge when we need to.
Ah, dang it. We're not ready yet because I have to refresh this.
Roll 20.
Are we ever going to come back to the Northern Water Tribe? Or we
Hello?
just...
I think you're going to be traveling around a lot, although you won't always have Roku to ship you.
No,
Yeah.
but it'd cool to have a dragon. Just
Just a dragon on call.
wait. I want to ask him a question when we land.
I should have remembered earlier before we decided to leave the Omashu.
I'm trying to find like a bop, you know? Oh yeah,
Bop.
here we go.
Bop.
Okay, it's time to come back. We're back with some more Avatar Legends. It's second half. Let's do this. So thank you everybody for tuning in, whoever's watching. If you enjoyed this, we'll be doing one next week and the week after. So if you haven't followed yet, you should. And if you have followed, thanks. If you want to play a game of Avatar Legends and you think I'd be a fun GM for you, I happen to be opening up a public game of Avatar Legends, which is starting tomorrow, hopefully, if we have enough people at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for Session 0. We'll figure out, you know, what era we're going to play, whether that's Roku or some other time period, who you're going to be, who we're going to be, and then we'll go from there. So if you're interested in that, you can join the Total Improv Discord, and you'll find a link to that campaign on, a link to that campaign on Roll20, and we'll go from there. So go ahead and sign up now. Please join, because it'll be great. It'll be a good time. That's what I was here to promote. And by the way, go check out Mr. Dragonlord S on Twitter.
Yeah.
What do you guys think Rico would be afraid of? Because he has the condition of
Spiders.
I have not been.
Lizards.
Why did you become frightened in the first place?
I had to take a condition because I was doing the fan the flames. Oh yeah, I remember what it was. I was afraid of losing control, and
Yeah.
he's afraid of getting captured. That's right.
Yeah.
I had it written down
really-
somewhere. I just couldn't remember it.
Yes, you're afraid of keeping control, which kind of fits your
Enjoying
character.
the
Actually,
heights, honey.
while we're in the break here still, let's just take a look at your character balances. Just a refresher here.
Oh, mine are not very great. Mine-
So,
but
as you
actually
travel,
pretty
you
decent.
reflect upon yourselves, your friendship and survival for you, Rico. And you're definitely tilted more towards survival right now.
Yeah.
So you're having trouble finding camaraderie with your friends. Maybe they can help you. Baraka, you found balance and growth over the last, especially with Avatar Roku. You've grown quite a bit and you're doing well. Yuka, you've definitely been tilted more towards tradition still. You're having trouble overcoming that. And you feel insecure still. Remember, there are ways to overcome these conditions without having to like sit and meditate. You can either be balanced or and comforted, or otherwise. Bashara, did you cover that up?
No.
your balance
Which
sheet?
one?
Wait, so are you? I think
No,
you're
I'm
one
tilted to
towards...
more restraint.
Oh, okay. I don't know why.
No, I did that because it wasn't letting me do anything.
Yeah, that's fine. 1 second. I got your back.
Thank you, back person. Is there a way I can clear fatigue? Because I can't remember.
Yeah, you can either rest, which you haven't yet, or you can
Can
be
I rest
guided
on the
and
dragon?
you can be guided and comforted by another person.
Can I please rest on the dragon?
No. Well, I mean you could, but you'll clear one. You'll clear one
Uh,
fatigue. In fact, you can all clear one fatigue.
Rico is going to talk to Baraka. Hey, Baraka.
Yeah. Metal
I
inspector.
noticed. I noticed you had that flute, right? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know the song Four Seasons?
I might know it.
Well, I mean, a little music
Behave
could
you.
never hurt anybody.
Behave yourselves while you're there.
I suppose I could play.
My mom's a little bit
You get
rambunctious when meeting new people.
You play the flute as you fly. Roku seems to enjoy it. Ahani rolls his eyes.
I'm kind of like fidgeting
Yeah.
between my hands, just like panicking because I don't know how my mom's gonna respond.
Rico's going to start singing along with him playing.
Nice.
I know what Bashara's greatest fear is: getting his mom's approval.
What about your dad?
Is
Is that
I guess he is.
Winter, spring, summer.
I can't think of myself. Let's up.
What?
winter, spring, summer, and fall? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Roku
It's
sings
beautiful.
along too.
What about my dad?
4 seasons.
As I'm like, Rico,
4 seasons.
please.
For love.
I'm gonna get a hot tea bag and put it over him. Please stop singing! We're in the air. I'm panicking here.
What? Why are you?
Singing.
Why are you panicking? Says Ahani.
Singing tends to help.
Because I haven't seen my mum in a while.
What is something? You got a weird relationship or something? He says.
Maybe we should
No.
flashback.
We already did a
No.
flashback.
Well, yeah, that's the reason why he left.
Oh yeah.
That was
Because
when
he
you
couldn't
were-
deal with the fact of his parents continuously arguing against each other.
Wow, pretty brave of you to suggest using your mom for this job if you can't.
I
her.
don't mind her. It's my dad I can't stand. As you can
thought your
probably
dad
guess.
left.
My dad left for a number of reasons due to one, burning my hands,
Okay,
two,
but did he
scarring
come
my
back?
scarring my entire body to a singe, three, being a numbskull to my mother, and for not being a great dad.
I feel like reasons number 1 and 2 are the same reason.
And
Sorry.
four,
Well, I got my-
4 sounds like number 1 and 2 too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I got-
It's
I got
fine
the
that it's a
face
big
slice
reason. I
open.
just feel like you're adding a lot to the list to like it's like when you do an essay and you like to pad it out.
Yeah, it's a pad it out
To-
basically. That's how Bashara does things. He does it in numbers consistencies.
Roku.
To be fair, Bashara, I got my face sliced open by a guard, and I'm still not stopping committing crimes. Don't
Yeah, but
just because
the scars on
just
my
because
body
you're-
are bigger than anything else, and like I slightly reveal like the massive scar on my chest. They almost goes down to my torso.
Rico's just going to gesture to the large
Yeah.
scar across his face. Listen, we all got problems to deal with, man.
I don't have
All
any
right.
scars.
You haven't met my father.
I get a lot of paper cuts when I read stuff.
I was raised Fire Nation. Don't you remember? I probably had the same things to deal with.
I once broke my
Not
toe,
exact-
says Ahani.
What happened to you, Roku?
Me?
It's just-
Roku strokes his
Yeah.
beard. Well, I actually had a decent upbringing,
Hmm.
says.
Oh god.
I
Like,
didn't have
yeah.
much. My parents were always proud of me as the Avatar, and I tried to live up to that. Not to say it didn't bring its own difficulties. We all have our traumas, and we all must need to find balance. I'm still searching
struggle
some
with
days.
sometimes.
Myself, says Roku.
I just find it
I'm an
difficult to
orphan with
keep
no
to myself.
parents.
Yes. It seemed you've all experienced great loss, but that means you understand what it means to lose. Says Roku.
Yeah.
Kind of looks off for a moment. And then says, we all must confront that someday. In the spirit fog, earlier today, Baraka confronted his greatest fear.
What was that, Baraka? I look at Baraka. I'm just like,
It was something terrible.
What? Not getting
Yeah.
something to eat?
what? Losing one of your best friends?
Nah.
Are you sure about that?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I'm 20. I'm older
We're
than
like
you,
all
Baraka.
the same age. Like we're not
I'm
that
older
like
than you,
different.
Baraka.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like most of us are. We're the same age.
Nope.
We're all varying ages.
I'm 26.
Yeah, but, like,
so
not
I'm
enough
the
to-
oldest here.
I'll tell you later, Bashara.
I'll
Oh,
tell
well,
you
I
when
mean-
you're mentally ready.
Well, technically, later is when we're older. Older is just like a thing that happens.
I feel
once
like I'm
time
getting
goes on.
every time that we're on the dragon, I'm getting a single gray hair.
I can't wait till you're gray head.
I'll look like Roku basically.
I heard that, says Roku.
Hey,
For
I
fun.
mean,
That why did you say it in that tone? Like it's a bad thing.
It's not a
Hey,
bad thing. It's
hey,
a
I
good
mean,
thing.
Roku.
I would like to
Roku
look like
pulls it
him.
off, okay.
He pulls it off. Look at him. He's a really
Okay,
cool...
no, I was just worried about your tone. You're like, oh, look like Avatar Roku.
No, I mean like my gray hair if I did. I wouldn't look anything like my father. I look more like my mother.
All right, says Roku. We're here.
Oh crap!
Way to cut the tension.
Bonnie's
there.
right. We do talk a lot.
There it is.
Yeah.
The city of Omashu,
Mm.
he says. You look down and you see the great city of Omashu, a town
my God.
built upon a mountain surrounded by a canyon. The great buildings tower above the rest of the landscape with green terracotta roofs and their iconic chutes made of great rock. It looks so fun to go down. And
I'm so tempted right now.
you see so many people going about their business, and only one gate at the entrance. Roku glances Dragon a ways away and says, "This is where we part ways. Good luck."
Thank you for your help, Mr. Avatar, Sir Roku.
It's no worry. He looks at each of you in turn. Then says, "I hope you can resolve this. If not,
I hope so too.
well, I'll be on my way soon enough, says. Baraka, remember what I said. Bashara, good luck with your mom. Huh.
I don't remember what my mom's name was though. I'm looking through my thing.
Well, I mean, we just look like someone who looks like you and older.
No. Very funny.
Well, you just said you look like your
must be
mother. I just believing what you're saying. Also, why is Honey still here?
What?
Honey.
He sent me with you, says Roku.
No,
Right? Team Ahani.
I specifically
Ahani.
said.
I thought you were like
Honey.
going. I thought you were like going
One-
with Avatar Roku.
one thing.
Okay, I see. You're
It
with
is
us now.
Team Cup why we're here, honey. I look him dead in the face.
Guys, I'm just gonna say this out of character. Remember when everyone wanted Ahani to come with us, and now we're like,
Yes, I did not.
Come on, you guys need an airbender. Synergy and all that, right? Says Ahani.
guys, he's starting to grow
very
on me.
useful.
Just do me one favor. Don't get on my mom's bad side.
Okay.
Is that the left or the right?
Well, you
Both.
approach the gate where obviously an Earth Nation guard stands, and he says, "Halt."
I'm here to see King Numunhang.
What?
My son.
King.
Does anyone have a anyone have a mask?
Kim.
He looks you all
Kim
over,
Hang.
and his eyes pause on Rico. And narrow.
Rico, just stand behind me.
He strokes his chin and says, "Hey, do I know you from somewhere, buddy?"
You don't know anything. We're on official business, so please let us pass.
I'm not talking to you, he says to Bashara.
No, I'm just a humble Fire Nation peasant.
I'm gonna go up to the
Make
guard
a-
and give him
make
a
a-
couple of money.
George, Rico's got this. Let him.
Mm,
Sorry, Rico, what were you saying?
I'm going to use my roguish charm as well.
Okay, you can go ahead and roll it.
No, I can't like.
Yeah, I'm just a humble Fire Nation peasant. I could never compare to the likes of you. Like, you know, I've always wanted to be a guard for Omashu because y'all are some of the strongest earthbenders on Earth.
Oh,
You know?
Well, he says, you're using your roguish charm. Isn't that a roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to roll creativity.
Okay. Mixed success.
got it.
That's like, is there a different set for that roguish charm? When you plead, or, well, you're not pleading or guiding and comforting, technically. You're tricking.
Oh. Well, I roll creativity for trick anyway, so it works out.
Okay. So you try to trick your foe, that's miss, so you can choose one. Stumble, you take +1 forward, to, or they act foolishly, or they overcommit.
Overcome.
Well. Yeah, you know, he says, flexing. Guess peasants like you wouldn't know, but maybe I can show you the tricks of the trade someday. He winks at you, and then winks at the rest of the group and steps aside. Well, come on in if you're just looking for some trading.
All right. Let's go, guys.
You enter the great
I put away
square.
my passport.
You enter the great square of the city of Omashu. Towering around you, buildings of all sorts.
Oh wow, this is
Yeah,
amazing.
man.
I've never been to an actual Earth.
And it was alright to
City.
start with.
It
Man,
was
Did you try the
alright.
food?
You haven't even
we tried the
experienced the fun part.
What's the fun part?
The
Well-
illegal part.
The
Well,
illegal part.
You see that transport system?
Oh yeah, for the mail.
It also makes for a really fun slide.
that?
Oh great. Yeah. I mean, I guess
gonna
I'd
go
like to
find
try the food first.
That sounds fun, says Ahani.
Yeah.
How about it, Honey? Me and you take a ride?
You two go and get
could
arrested then.
persuade me to do that.
Yeah, says Ahani. Wait,
And that
are
would
we
be-
allowed
that would
to?
be under-
I say to Ahani,
What does it matter, right?
No.
It's, as long
You're
as
not.
it's fun.
Good point, says Ahani. Come on.
And that
You can count that
and
as a
that's how I
friend
deal with a
engaging in a
bad
bad
habit
habit.
with a
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah. Do you get a benefit from that?
Yeah, I get to shift towards friendship now.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. On a hit, you and your friend pull it off and grow closer. Wait, so you're shifting your balance. That's not a move. Wait a
Yeah.
second. Oh, I guess that's living up to your principles.
Yeah, but you also roll for it to see what happens. If you get a success, you get something amazing. If it fails,
Right.
you complicate shit for everyone, or
Okay.
you complicate stuff for everyone.
Roll a 2d6.
2d6 minus my modifier, which is -1. A 9.
9.
A mixed success. So you on a hit, you and your friend pull it off. Okay, so you can mark you're inspired, FYI. So now the next time you get into combat, there's a specific perk from inspired. You're ready to stand. Clear inspired to shift your balance towards. So you can shift your balance any way you want with one inspired. That's nice.
Sweet.
Mark that on your statuses. On your status, and
Yeah, I am.
you can shift your balance. Wait, you
On
can shift
it.
your balance and you're inspired? Oh, okay. Right, I get it. So, and you and Ahani, whee! Well, Ahani flies you up, and then whee! And one of the guards is like, "Hey, you kids, get back here!" But you leave him in the dust, the literal dust, as you fly down. Well, your friends watch this go on. So, what's everybody else doing?
I'm gonna go and find my mother's shop, but this is terribly going to go wrong.
Yeah,
I'll take.
I guess I'll. Someone said something about food, so I'm gonna look for some nice stalls of like.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna follow Nika.
Well, we'll get to Bashara's mom last.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go
So-
with the girls.
Oh, okay, nice, cool. So let's have some fun first. Yuka, Nakoma, and Baraka, you go off, looking for some food. You know what? I can't think of a better time to
Oh no.
introduce. I mean, the true star of the show.
I know where this. I knew where this was going.
Yeah,
This is
bitches!
literally, and canonically, this is where he lives.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but
technically it was 100 years later, but maybe he's eternal. Maybe this is his grandfather.
No, he's
Yeah.
eternal.
This
Ah.
is boot
Go ahead.
or cabbage person.
Yes, this is. Well, he's part of the Cabbage dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, "Welcome to my cabbage stand. What can I get you all?"
Do you have anything like any anything fun, local dishes?
We have fried cabbage, baked cabbage, sautéed cabbage, cubes
Okay.
cabbage
Okay.
gumbo, cabbage on
Let's
the
go somewhere.
rocks.
Let's go somewhere else. I'm not really a huge fan of cabbage. Sorry.
No, wait, please. Raw cabbage, cabbage salad, coleslaw.
Did you prepare this list? This is
No,
such
that's
a
just
long
on our
list.
menu. He shows you the menu carved into rock.
God, he has a
Have
menu.
have you considered other items besides? And she pauses for a long while. Cabbage.
Suddenly, his face contorts in rage.
Okay, I'm leaving.
What did you say? He said.
I nothing. I was just sorry. I'm sorry if I offended. I'm not.
Other than cabbage?
hungry.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Rico
we're
and-
leaving. It's fine.
No,
Cabbage
no.
is
Rico
great.
and Ahani would like to
Team cabbage.
crash
That guy from
into its
SpongeBob.
cabbages.
Okay, hold on. You're all.
Sorry.
You think you're better than me? You think you're better than
No.
cabbage?
No, I mean, yeah, I think I'm better than cabbage. I'm a sentient being, and cabbage is like a thing. It's nutritious and it's got good vitamin value. I think.
He says, "You seem like the progressive type, and you're not gonna accept cabbage in your life. An NPC's calling you out on your principles."
Is cabbage considered progressive? I feel like it's very traditional.
Yeah. Will you resist shifting your balance?
Towards center, is it like towards
Yes.
progressive? I guess I'll just shift it just because I'm confused.
Okay. Well, then you have to accept the cabbage.
Okay, fine. I'll take some cabbage.
Okay. What kind of cabbage do you want? We got boiled cabbage, baked cabbage, fried cabbage,
Oh my
sautéed
God,
cabbage, cabbage salad, coleslaw, cabbage gumbo.
Can Rico and Ahani crash into his cabbage cart right as he's listing this off?
Roll push your luck.
Well, I guess do you have Brussels sprouts? That's a type of cabbage. I googled that to check.
What? He says.
Okay, I'll just have diced cabbage.
Oh no.
Failure.
And Yuka, as you say this, Rico falls out of the sky on top of you. Boom, Ahani just lands lightly beside you. You failed on push your luck, so hold on a second. I think it's a vague thing, but I just want to check I'm doing this right. You just failed. So you just land on top of Yuka. You can both take a point of fatigue.
Ow!
Oh, more cabbage customers, says the cabbage merchant.
Don't interact with him. He's crazy.
Well, are you buying a cabbage or not?
Do it. Just do it. It's easier. You just buy it.
Is it
cabbage,
consort
says
just
Ahani.
cabbage?
Coleslaw? Don't you know what coleslaw is?
I feel like it's more than just cabbage.
Yes. We
Coleslaw has mayonnaise in it.
We add some oil and eggs, he says.
What is no coleslaw?
I'll have some fried cabbage.
I'll have 7 cabbages for free.
What?
No, he says. You gotta pay. I'll take 3, says Ahani. I'm broke, by the way, guys. Can somebody cover this?
Yeah, I'll put it on the the Water Nation credit card.
You gotta. Well,
But the quite.
I think what you're doing here technically is relying on your.
Yeah. I guess I'll be like I have like a. I'll just put it on the Water Nation tab.
You're
and
rating
so-
your lineage's resources.
I love it.
So mark a condition and roll with your progress.
Okay.
Oh my
What?
Yuka, you can.
I guess.
You can mark guilty.
Okay.
and roll with progress, so a -1. Oh shit! Sorry, Jay. I mean, oh crap. I mean, oh dang.
Oh no.
So it's 2d6 -1, right?
Yep. Okay,
Oh.
that's a full hit. So
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
you're able to put it on your tab, but you are guilty now. But you pay for everybody's cabbages.
Okay. No, that's too many. I was wondering if this would be taking a foolhardy action without talking to your companions, but
Taking a what?
a foolhardy action without talking to my companions.
Oh, no, it wouldn't.
Okay.
There you go, he says, and you just get like so. Hani's just walking around with like a massive pile of cabbages in his arms. Thanks, Yuka.
Yeah.
And Rico has a bunch of cabbages, and Baraka's got fried cabbage, and you have like a cabbage sandwich. It's just like raw cabbage between 2 leaves of cabbage.
What is with that guy? Why would someone cabbage is like an F tier vegetable?
It's really bad.
And I like vegetables. You know.
These fried cabbage taste good.
That's not what a team of Hani would say, says Ahani.
We are
Yeah, it
not
isn't because
Team
we're not
Ahani.
Team Hottie.
We go
He
to
put salt
we
in
now cut
these.
to Bashara Hang.
I'd rather be Team Hang than Team Ahani.
Who? Okay,
Who?
Bashara Hang. It's time for you to
Yeah.
go home.
Oh god, this is gonna be terrible. Well,
Okay.
wish my entire existence is.
You walk down the streets towards the slummier part of the city. Underneath the big ramps where the sun doesn't shine particularly well, in a hovel by the paths. A closed door in an alleyway lies before you, made of wood. Nobody else is here in this alley. In fact, you see many windows boarded up. You knock.
No, I'll knock on the door.
Yeah, you
Not
knock.
window.
You knock
Said
on the door.
window firstly.
And after a minute, you hear, coming.
Hmm? Do I recognize his voice?
Yeah, it's your mom's. She's just old.
Woken up
Or when did you leave home? Like
Hold
10
on.
years ago?
10 years ago, so she would be.
She would have gone from like 40 to 50.
Yeah, 40 to 50. So she's not that old. She's still pretty spry.
Yeah. But well, she opens the door. Her face.
Hi, Mom.
Bashara, she says. Even though she's 50, she looks like she's aged 20 years. Maybe from the stress. She has wrinkles on her
Yeah.
face now, crow's feet. She still looks beautiful. But the
I
last
gave
decade
her a
has
big
definitely
hug.
taken her toll. She hugs you tight.
It's been
Tears
so
roll
long.
from her eyes. I
Mm.
never thought I'd see you again.
I've been on a bit of an adventure. It's been too long. Do you want me to get you a cup of tea and sit down?
I'll get you a cup of tea, she
No.
says. Sit
Let
down.
me.
Sit down, Bashara.
I'm
James
gonna sit down. I'm going to sit down.
Uh,
That's my mother.
You sit down on a rocky chair, and she goes to the other room,
Yep.
and you hear her using the spark rocks to get the tea
I'm just
going.
like, I'm looking at the place. I'm just like,
Yeah, looking around, you see it's dusty. Even though, no, it's well kept, but there's not a lot here. Some of the furniture that used to be here, you remember, the fine wood table has been replaced by a simple one of stone. The pictures hanging on the wall are mostly gone, like the landscapes of the Fire Nation. And
any family
the-
photos?
there is, well, photographs haven't been invented yet, but there is like the portrait of you and your father
Yeah.
and your mother from when you were 8 years old still hangs there before he scarred you.
Hmm.
She steps back out from the kitchen carrying a cup of tea after a couple minutes. She gently places it in your hand and then sits across from you in a wooden chair. A tiny stone coffee table sits between you, which she places it on. She looks you in the eyes, but she's unsure of what to say.
I
And then
take a sip of my coffee. I'm just like, oh, tea. Tea. I forgot it's tea.
yeah, tea table, excuse me.
Tea table. So, how have you been? It's been 10 years.
You pause.
Anything from that?
Where did you go? He asks.
I've been on an adventure with a couple of people I met recently. They're, I would say they're probably the decent friends I've actually ever had in my life.
That's wonderful, darling.
We have a bit of a predicament. Do you still work in the metal industry?
Well,
I look at her like a certain. Like a pretty
Yes,
like her.
Yes, she says, but times have been rough. She's a little confused that you're immediately going to this topic.
I know. I'm sorry. How about we get to
But
that topic?
that's her
in a bit?
Bashara.
Yeah.
Well, she I mean, she says always about results, aren't you?
Sorry, it's just been a while. I just want to see how things have been going for you. And you look good. By the way, even though you're living in a difficult situation still.
It's fine.
And...
If you want results, we can talk about what you need. An NPC is shifting your balance. Do you resist?
I'm not resisting.
Okay.
I'm actually listening to my mum because she...
Then you can shift your balance towards results, so you can put yourself towards the center.
Which I have. And...
but she looks distraught now. But nevertheless, she continues.
I'm gonna try and like relax her, and then be like, "It's okay. I know it's been a while. I just want you to know that I'm doing all right. Okay."
You're gonna guide and comfort. Roll harmony.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and comfort. Come on, do it. I've failed. I'm just like, it's all right, Mum. You're doing good for yourself. I'm sorry if I'm not good at this. It's been a while since I've seen you. Sorry.
She says, "That's..." Suddenly she explodes. Perhaps a decade of feelings
I'm just
built up here. And she says, "That's all you have to say? Bashara, after 10 years you left without a word? Now you've come back to ask about my metal business? Look around," she says, gesturing around the room at the barren room. She gestures to the teacup. You see it's made out of cracked porcelain. I've sold everything. Yes, the metal business is going terribly, Bashara. You left for a decade. Your father's gone, and I have to run a metal business from an alleyway hovel alone with my only child in the world gone. She says, she shut you down. You have the... I think you're definitely going to get the guilty condition. So you can take that condition. And you shift your balance. You can shift your balance in...
Where are we going?
And you shift their balance, and you can shift her balance. Okay, you shift her balance.
I don't know what's her balance.
That's fine. I'm shifting her balance in my brain.
Okay. I can't hear you.
I don't know who's
sound like
talking, but you're
microwave.
coming through. Who's talking? Is that Jay? Jay, it's Discord's broken for you.
I'm using my phone to max headphone voice because my
yeah, I know, but it's like it's really broken.
Shit.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. But I'm gonna mute you for now. Okay.
Yeah, because my brain was like, "What is this sound?"
Back to the moment. She says, "You, Bashara, why did you leave? Why?" She puts forward a hand and cups your cheek.
Slightly tearing up here, sorry.
What?
No, I'm actually tearing up in real life.
Yeah, good. It's a good moment, but what do you say?
I look at my mum. Look at the teacup. I just wanted an adventure. I don't know why I left in the first place, but I guess it was just to get a little bit more experience about the world and everything. Funny enough, I met the Avatar recently. That was an experience.
Really?
I know it, but it wasn't decent for me to actually leave. I'm sorry for that. I didn't mean to. What Dad did to me was unforgivable. I couldn't forgive him for that. So that was the only reason why I left, and I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't know why. I didn't know what to do or how to live my life. I wasn't going anywhere. Like, I genuinely felt abandoned by him. Like, he physically hurt this family. You know what he did to us. Before he scarred me and everything. He even hurt you. Look what he did to your elbows and everything. I'm not trying to be, like, horrible to you, but I'm just generally just worried for your safety, okay? You're my mother.
Your father's been gone for 10 years, she says. You know what's funny, Bashara?
What's funny?
What you said, you wanted to go on an adventure.
Let me guess, you went on one as well.
That's what your father said when he left.
What? You haven't had any letters from him? Anything?
You think when he walked out that door, that's the last
No.
time I heard from him?
I don't know.
He was waiting outside that night. When I went bringing the laundry, he told me he'd leave. He needs to go on an adventure.
Yeah. Well, my friends are nice, except for one of them's a bit... How do I best describe him? How do I best describe Rico? A bit feverish. He steals stuff, but I don't think he has much to steal when we are. Yuka's very funny. Hilarious, actually. Baraka's a brother that I wish I had. Most of the time, I just relate to most of them. I'm sorry I've left you. Like, I wish I could turn back everything, but I can't. Look at me. I've grown up to be a really a better man than most things that ever happened in another Fire Nation. I guess it was just difficult for me to leave, but it was actually quite fun. Funny as well. Just met some weird, interesting people.
I bet. Seems like it, she says, chuckling.
Yeah. Rico calls himself the Metal Expector Hot Man. I'm just like, no, you're not. You're just... What are you talking about sometimes?
Rico, isn't that a Fire Nation name? Why would he be inspecting metal?
That is exactly what I thought immediately. I'm just like, he's bad at it. You taught me how to inspect metal and everything before, when I was about 5. It was actually pretty decent to learn for you. You'll get back to your old roots. I can see it. If I can leave you some money to help you, I don't like seeing you like this. You can come with me.
He puts up a hand and says,
Oh, sorry.
My place is here, Bashara. But I'm glad you're back, at least for a minute. Sounds like you are having fun, and...
Yeah, do you want me to help you around this place? Do you want me to clean?
She says...
I start picking up a brush and clearing out all the dust.
Bashara James Hang, sit down.
But I want to help.
James?
Yep, my middle name. Yes, mother, I will sit down. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be helpful.
Now, what's this about? Why are you so concerned about the metal business in the first place? You've been meeting with the Avatar? What are you... I'm happy you're here, but why are you here?
I think at this time, my friends would have probably started trying to find where I am.
Nope, it's you and you alone.
No. Great!
Go ahead.
My friend Euchre has a bit of a problem with her dad. I can't remember her dad's name. Alive in me. You know how bad my memory is.
Skiri? The chief of the Water Nation?
Yeah, you know that that mine they're doing.
Yes, it's been...
How do I put this in a gentle way? They have disturbed something that is of this world. They have woken up a earth spirit who is very angry and very unpleasantly decided to eat one of the people.
She cocks her head and says, I don't understand what this has to do with why you're here.
Why I'm here is, do you know anybody that's willing to still sell metal in Omashu to help my friend? That is why I'm here.
Oh, I see. So...
I'm also here to see you as well, because it's been a while.
It's okay, she says. I understand, Bashara. She sighs. And then...
And I sigh.
She rubs her chin. Says, the truth is, there's been some issues with business here in Omashu.
I don't know. Like, my head tilts a bit, like, what kind of issues?
The delivery chutes, well, the delivery chutes have been breaking down all over the city. I heard a crash earlier. Like two things just thunking into the ground. You know what that was? Anyways.
I have my suspicions.
Anyways.
Sorry.
We, Guokun, Guozun.
Guozun?
She's the queen of Omashu. She's not been on good terms with King Jialun, the Earth King. And he's been hurting our metal business as a response. Stopping us from exporting when we need to, and, well, shipping as much as he can from Ba Sing Se to the Fire Nation.
I bet that's going well for the Fire Nation, creating their godforsaken battleship still.
Guozun says there's not much she can do unless find out what's happening with the chutes.
Where did the chutes come from? Where are they coming?
They go from the top of the city to the bottom. She says you grew up here, Bashara.
I know, but it's been a while since I've been here. It's been 10 years, so I have a bit of a hazy memory, but I kind of remember where they are.
Well, if it matters that much to you, you can go speak with Guozun.
Gonna be interesting. Wait, didn't I didn't know her when I was a child, did I? No.
Well, you might have, because if your family's in the metal business, they might have personally, at least...
Yeah.
Maybe been to a few dinners in the royal seat. They're not any time recently.
Yeah. That was ages ago.
Oh, go on.
Quite fun.
Well, Bashara, I'm sure... She says, and she smiles and takes your hand, and she says, if anybody can figure this out, I'm sure it's you and your wonderful friends.
I gave her one big massive hug and I say, I'm gonna miss you, Mum.
You're leaving
You've always
now?
been a help. You know what? I'll stay for a bit. I'll stay and help you around for a bit, if that's okay. If that's something I can do to repay not being here for 10 years.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to help. Yeah. And I'm just going to, clean all the dust and make everything spotless and just...
Would you bring in the laundry, nicer. She says?
Laundry? I'm wearing it.
And you laugh, and she laughs, and
God.
We'll go back to...
Cleaning is gonna be a pain. Oh, God.
Go back to the rest of Team Ahani.
Team Teacup.
Teacup.
I feel like we should settle this Ahani teacup debate with some sort of combat.
You know what I think, says Ahani? We should go to the very top of the city and find the chutes and go all the way down.
All right, first one down gets to name the team.
Deal, he says. And
Deal.
he immediately takes out his glider and flies up.
No, I meant like we start at the same time.
Catch you at the top, losers, he says as he starts flying up.
Can I try like water sling somehow? Like, I don't know. Try to.
You gotta think fast.
Is there like a is there like a fountain of some sort that I could like blast off on, like make the water go further up?
Yes, there is. There's many water fountains, like pools of water around here for public use.
Okay. So I'd like to just like jump up on one of those and like blast myself up further up into the top.
Okay.
I'll help her as well.
You're relying on your skills and training, and Nakoma's helping. So Nakoma, you're using the help action. Whoosh goes Ahani. You're using the help action. So Nakoma, you can mark one fatigue.
Help? Oh.
Yeah.
And then Yuka, you can rely on your skills and training. So roll focus with a +1 on there.
I'm just wondering if, because I'm both insecure and I had another condition. What was it? Guilty, was it?
Guilty. Well, let's
yeah, so that isn't affected because that's a troubled is what affects the.
Yeah.
So roll. What did I roll?
Roll focus, and add a +1 thanks to Nakoma's assistance. Whoops. There we go. Mixed success. Okay. So you do it. You hop on, and Nakoma sends the water up with you, and you start going up. But as you get farther and farther up, you're starting to catch up to Ahani, who's like, "How did you? What the?" And he flies to the side and sends a whip of air through the water. Yeah, and you find yourself faltering as the chain is broken with the water Nakoma sending up below. What do you do?
Can I take a bit of the water that and like whip it onto his glider and then sort of whip myself forward by pushing him back?
Like Spider-Man above him?
Yeah.
Sure, that sounds like some push your luck.
Yeah.
So roll with passion.
I think I do get a minus to this. Is push your luck isn't no. Roll with passion, yeah?
Yep. Okay. It's a success again. You whip onto his glider and Ahani is sent off balance as you pull yourself up, and you're ahead. But there is a cost, because it's an imperfect hit, and that cost is that now you are above the city. It's like a 30-foot drop to where you're supposed to be. You look down, you do a little cartoony in the air, and then you start dropping. What do you do?
Oh god, what do I do? Is there like just a possibility to assess the situation in this situation? Just to like see if there's any sources of water nearby that I could draw towards me,
sure.
or can
I'll allow it.
What could possibly go wrong?
Roll with creativity. I have pretty high creativity. Oh, I keep getting these 8s and 9s.
Okay, well you can choose one. Question.
I'm just looking for a source of water.
You see a woman at the top who's staring at you, falling in the air. What? And on her head, a pot of water that she's carried all the way up from the bottom of Omashu.
Oh.
Is it the size that I could fit in the pot?
You couldn't fit in the pot, but it's enough that you could pull it out to do something. Like a good few gallons.
I guess I'll pull it out and then sort of like try to whip myself closer to the ground.
Holy moly, James. Sorry about that. Okay. You whip your you hey, she says as you pull the water out and kind of, you do the you fall into the water and it catches you as you fall.
Yeah.
And you come to a breaking stop. You can take a point of fatigue, but you land fine.
And then I suppose the deal was who makes it down first, so I guess I try and find one.
Panting, Ahani lands beside you. Damn it, he says. Fine. Team Tihani it is.
Team T.
Team Teacup.
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 Teacup. Yeah, with the
You understand?
Fine.
Tasty cabbage.
Team Teacup. Fine, he says. Team Teacup, he cuts off his... He pauses and looks over your shoulder. Classic.
I look over what he is looking at.
That guy's supposed to be doing that. He points at a man with a wide-brimmed hat covering his eyes.
Oh
who
no.
is underneath the topmost, ramp under an archway. And he's, very quietly pushing, rock-covered fingers into it.
Hello?
You saying hello to him?
Yeah, I suppose I am.
Okay. Hold on a sec. You say hello. He pretends he didn't hear you.
Oh. Oh, by the way, just a quick question. Would racing Tahani be considered taking a foolhardy action without talking to your companions?
I think it would. Because you kind of just propelled yourself in the air, although Nakoma helped you.
Alright, so I guess I get to take away Insecure.
Oh. Fine. I guess. Okay. That's what you were looking out for?
Yeah, I've been...
Hey, we're talking to you, bud, says Ahani.
Hey.
He looks up and says, "This is Earth Nation business. It's none of your concern."
Well, as a representative of the Water Nation, Water Tribe Nation, it might be my business. Diplomacy. I mean, you're perfectly fine to... No, it's fine if it isn't our business. But I also, work together, that sort of thing. I'm sort of new to this, but I'm also, trying to shake things up a little bit. So I'm talking to Earth Nation people a lot.
He looked up and says, he finally looks at you with his eyes and says, "What did you say your name was?"
Yuka?
"And yours?" "Ahani," says Ahani. "I'm part of Team Tihani."
Oh my god, this guy.
Close enough. Team Teacup is our official name.
He says, "All right. It was nice to meet you, Team Puppy." And he, you watch as he just, he lowers himself down by, his earth hands, crawling down.
Wonder what that was about.
"I'm getting some weird vibes here, Yuka," says Ahani. "I think we might have walked into... I don't think Omashu's the way we thought it would be," says.
Oh. Well, I have no prior thoughts about Omashu, so I didn't know what way it was going to be, but... I guess, should we go back down and meet up with the other guys? Tell them about this? Or follow him? Or...
Ooh, you want to follow him?
Oh, I guess we can follow him. Sneakily. Hello?
Okay, let's go, says Ahani. Get some more water, says. And I think we'll end this session here.
Wow.
Tasty cabbage.
We'll end it a little early, because I got more unpacking and such to do, not to mention thing to run tonight.
And Corpus dying.
My brain's doing okay, although my neck's starting to kill. Anyways, good job, y'all.
I hear you.
Good work, George. Oh, thanks for the raid, Orion. Right as we're finishing.
That was extremely uncomfortable.
Corb,
I
you
can
still
hear
have
you.
I think you still have Jay muted.
Oh,
He's in the call now.
okay. Jay, I'm gonna unmute you now. Can you talk?
Yes, I can talk. I connected my hotspot.
Okay. Sorry about that. It was kind of scary.
Yeah, no, I was using my cell phone to update you on my situation, but then I remembered, oh yeah, I have that Max Headroom voice in my cell phone.
You sounded disturbing.
Anyways, welcome Raiders. Thanks for tuning in. We're just actually ending this session of Avatar Legends, but stay tuned next week. It'll be happening at the same time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, guys, we're ending this session.
What did y'all do with Rico?
Nothing.
Trying to.
He didn't do anything else while you were gone, so don't worry about it. We're gonna end off this session as per usual by asking the growth questions, and I think we might have some level ups this time. So let's.
Oh.
That's why I think we need a little more room to do this. So first question for everyone, and once you hit 4 here, that's just it for the session. Like you don't get to restart and add more. FYI. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world? That apply to anyone today?
I learned
about
with armor.
Cabbages.
That's doesn't count for you, Bashara, but don't worry, you're gonna level up here anyways because you started at center. Bashara, you also were at center, but more importantly, you did learn something challenging about the world today.
Yep.
So good job.
Success.
Great success.
And you can move your balance towards center, by the way. I don't think that's updated on your sheet.
No, it hasn't, and I can't seem to move that little thing.
Here, we'll just delete it.
Oh no, wait, I can.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Success.
Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem? So you all did that last time, right? We already gave that to you last session for the things. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
This time, not really solved. In fact, you have a new mission. So
Sorry.
don't worry about that. Did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your center? In this case, Baraka and Bashara, you both ended at center, so you can both take a point, and that means you level up, Baraka.
GG.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Bashara, you're at 3 now.
Oh, am I? Oh, damn.
Okay, and finally, it's time for the specific questions. So I just have Yuka's sheet here, so I guess we'll ask Yuka first. Yuka, did you learn something meaningful or important about your lineage, its members, or its effect on the world or others? I think we already checked one off for you last time. Was there anything revealed this time different?
The hairstyles. Does that count?
No.
The hairstyles of your brother being completely off tilter.
Yeah, I didn't realize traditional hairstyle was gonna be. No, I don't think. Yeah, Yeah, unfortunately, I went away, which is really annoying that I didn't get a single point. But there we are.
Well,
Like-
we already finished kind of your arc, although there's still stuff
Yeah.
happening. But Rico, did you get a friend to join in or approve of one of your bad habits? Yes, you did. Good job. So you can mark that off. Nice.
Yay. GGG. Jay.
Let's see here. Next, we got the hammer. Baraka. Well, actually, we don't need to answer this because you already leveled, so let's... But just in case to ask, did you make progress against your rival, adversary? I think you did, but you already got 4, so don't worry about it. The Adamant. Bashara, did you seek support or guidance from others? I don't know. I don't think you did.
No. Oh.
I think you came close, but you tried
Yeah.
to comfort your mother instead.
Yeah.
Perhaps as a defensive mechanism. But I think you're going to reach that breaking point soon.
Yep, I'm very close to it because that was an emotional ride.
And Nakoma, sorry we haven't gotten a lot for you yet.
Yeah, I'm kind of struggling to insert my voice.
That's fine. I think you're going to have an opportunity soon. Did you improve the lives of a community of average citizens or help an ordinary person with their problems?
No, but I'm gonna try to next session. I'm gonna find some random guy on the street, be like, "Can I improve your life, please?"
Nakoma, you could have literally just been like, I'll take 10 cabbages yourself, and then that would have been a growth thing for you. But
I really hate cabbages, unless it's coleslaw, so it's like,
Well, there was coleslaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no.
You could have just bought the coleslaw.
The way you describe it, the way you describe that coleslaw did not sound delicious.
That's what coleslaw is.
I know, but it didn't sound delicious.
Welcome to my life.
Welcome to your life. Nice life.
Mayonnaise is disgusting. Okay. Well, that means... What?
It's the most shocking thing of all time. Mayonnaise is awesome.
I made mayonnaise once. That was fun.
Okay, it's over to Rico and Baraka. You level up. So,
just a sec. I just need to go. I assume I don't need to level up.
No worries,
I might be here next week. Just I might be only text form, but I can tell you like what's happening. It's depending on because I'm in Ireland. So
well,
but
if you're not here, that's fine. We'll assume you got kidnapped by the Dilate.
Yeah, let's go with that. That's amazing. All right, see you guys.
Okay, peace.
Yeah,
later.
I'm gonna raise this stat by +1.
Okay, yes, that's one of the options. Which stat do you raise?
Focus.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what? I was doing the same thing. I raised harmony.
Okay, you just take a +1 in the stat. Nice. There you go. You don't want to shift your center or unlock a moment of balance or anything?
Not quite yet.
There.
No, my moment of balance is just more protection.
Well, let's get a little round of applause for some of our characters for growing, and you can get rid of those arrows, those check marks now, as you're back to 0 on growth.
I'm almost there.
When we come back next week, it's time to get down to this conspiracy in Omashu. What is Earth King Jialun up to? Well, Baraka?
And my power just came back on.
Oh, congrats. Will Baraka be able to take a step closer towards his confrontation with the Earth King Jialun? Will Rico ever have anybody trust him? Will Yuka? Will Yuka be able to find more metals to help her people? Will Bashara be able to help his mom recover her business and secure the metals as well? And will Nakoma help somebody?
Will Nakoma get a speaking role?
Actually, will Nakoma help my mum?
Will Nakoma help his mom?
I could try.
Will Nakoma do something?
Wow, thank you guys. I'm trying, but you guys are so out there.
Sorry.
Well, I know it's our fault. I'm not blaming you.
It's okay. We started out. We were doing a lot of scene setting, but now we're like into a classic adventure, right? So there will be lots of opportunity to help people as you travel around. You're not flying everywhere now, so maybe we'll have a few like stop in the village episodes.
I'm glad we're not flying by, Dragon.
Yeah, we are going by really fast. We should slow it down a bit.
Yeah, we are. That's the plan now. Just getting everything set up, because now you've got histories together. You've got like a true conflict, and it's all integrated. I think your character paths are set, so now it's time to truly tell this story. So good work, everybody, today. We'll be back next week at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And make sure to tune in at 1 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday and 1 p.m. Eastern on Friday for D&D Total Improv. We'll be doing some more one-shots and starting the new community challenge. And if you enjoyed this episode, folks, and you think you want to play Avatar Legends yourself, well, you are in luck, because I am running a public game of this. You can join yourself. Just go visit the Total Improv Discord to find the link in the announcement channel, and go sign up. It'll be happening at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, so tomorrow's session 0. So if you want to get in right at the start and figure out what era we're starting at, go sign up today. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching.
You don't.
Yes.
You don't have the community challenge set yet.
I know. I was going to set it up at the start of Total Improv because this isn't.
All right.
Yeah, don't worry. It'll be set up on Wednesday. Anything y'all want to say before we head out?
It's improv, baby.
It's improv, baby. Okay. We're going to go do a raid. We're going to raid somebody. Let's see here. Who are we?
Somebody, anybody wanna raid? Raiding out to amazing people. Sorry.
We're going to go find somebody streaming
Random
in the
person.
D&D category. Maybe Avatar Legends? Nope.
No, we're the only Avatar Legends campaign D&D group.
Yeah, I know.
Actually on D&D.
We got a
which is actually
monopoly.
pretty awesome. Which is actually pretty awesome.
Let's go raid so many German channels. It's so strange. Let's go raid Waterdeep Dragon Heist. No.
Oh yeah. Dragons.
Or let's Legacy number 4, Moonlight Ref something. And we're gonna
Is
go
it in
raid
German?
Warless Gaming. Go send them some love. But look, they got like a nice setup. Clearly these people care. So make sure you join and tell them that it's improv, baby. And we will see you all in 2 days. Thank you, everybody, again, and have a wonderful week.
Yee.
Bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Peace, Barter.
Right now. Okay.
Right now.
Right now.
Wait, don't you die?
I can't.